All right, Coach, thank you as always. EA Sports coverage of the NFL playoffs brings us to chilly Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas. Straight ahead, it's Wildcard weekend, and we've got a great one in store between the Oakland Raiders and the Kansas City Chiefs. What twists and turns will January have in store for us? The NFL playoffs are officially underway. This will be taken short, and it'll be taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
Down! You ready?
Like 51. I got you.
First carry for Josh Jacobs. It'll go as a loss of 3 right away, and it's second down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards.
7:34. 51. Hey, Wahoo!
Right here, guys. Fight 51. Mike 51.
Shotgun now for Carr. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Mississippi State man.
2 plays so far, run and a pass attempt, and both have gone backwards.
Probably not how they drew that up.
Not at all.
Looking for a better play coming up on 3rd. Carr and the Raiders following the sack, looking up at a 3rd and long. From the gun, it's Carr. And that will be incomplete. They were trying to liven up this playoff game very early on. Pretty deep throw, but good coverage.
I think they were counting on the defenders being a little tight, a little over-anxious early, and trying to catch them flat-footed and get a big play.
Watch out for Hill on the return. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And it's Chiefs football. 1st and 10.
At their own 49-yard line.
Let's go.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10. Just shy of midfield at the 49. Here's the first carry for LaShawn McCoy. And this will be taken across midfield and into Raider territory. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
He's not going to give me 5.
That one caught by Tyreek Hill. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 48 yards. As his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point through the snowflakes, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Carr going to give it to Jacobs. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
93.
To throw, it's Carr. And his throw's going to be incomplete. That time, Juan Thornhill, the rookie from Virginia, batting it away.
When I watched that play, I thought about what my coaches had told me in the past. The biggest teaching point, get your head around. Locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That was nice.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down.
Express. That's me. Hey, Delta. Because I'm about to take you to school.
Working from the gun, it's Carr. He's got a man open. It's Hunter Renfrow. And he'll be brought down with a 1st down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 34-yard line. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
When we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
He'll get the 1st down and more inside the 20. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Jalen Richard, 34 yards, as his guys are on the board here in this 1st quarter. Solid job up front, really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
Yeah, that was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run. End result, 6 points.
Touchdown. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This is taken just shy of the 10 here. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34.
At their own 34-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
25 yards the pickup there, and also a 1st down. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 41. On 1st down, they run again with Ware. The 20. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Spencer Ware, 41 yards. And the Chiefs have taken the lead. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This will be taken very short. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They've been a come-from-behind team all year. They'll need to do it again as they trail early in this wild card game. Carr now on 1st down. He's going to fire one deep, middle. They've got his man complete. And they do finally get him, but he takes it to the 25. A big play that time for the Raiders, and even 50 yards.
Now, 51, 180. Hey, we're good.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. A pickup of 10, and it's enough for an Oakland 1st down.
Well, think of it like you would a typical boxing match. The person that's on his heels and absorbing blows is having a tough time. And that's what's happening to the defense right now, because the offense is on his toes and punching. And there was another 1st down run right there.
Now, 180.
Yeah, let's get second.
On 1st down, they go with Jacobs again. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Chris Jones on the stop.
I think that's the type of run we'll continue to see throughout this game. The snow coming down, I don't expect a lot of big plays to be broken.
Check. Hot.
Now a carry for Jacobs. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage. Back at the 17. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
Monday, down. 185.
Let's go, D. Tighten up. Let's go, D. Tighten up.
Express.
51 the mark, boy. 51.
5.
Throwing his car on 3rd down. Got his man. That's Tyrell Williams. And he'll only get this to the 14 as he'll come up well short of the 1st down. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. The kick by Carlson is good. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
Let's go, defense.
Ready.
They'll start the drive with a carry by McCoy. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. But you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. They run it here. Ware. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
Let's go.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
You remember me? You remember me? Let's go.
Now a 1st down carry here for McCoy. He's got a 1st down and then some at midfield. Past the 20, 10, and all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. LaShawn McCoy, 63 yards. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. Point after, right down the middle. We are in for a good one as we're through 1 on EA Sports. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
Now on 2nd and 13. Carr, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Chris Jones picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Carr and the Raiders following the sack, looking up at a 3rd and long. Operating from the gun, Carr. And a throw there going to be incomplete. They had points on their first 2 possessions, a touchdown and a field goal, but this time, defense stands strong.
Would you say that things maybe are trending now in the right direction for them?
Better than drives 1 and 2.
There's no doubt about it. Now maybe they can exhale a little bit, gather themselves, and really get back into this game.
A great return there, bobbing and weaving his way for 31 yards. And the Chiefs will have excellent field position here as they take over. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's Moore, operating from the gun. He's going to take a shot right, and this is going to be intercepted. LaMarcus Joyner with a pick, and a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
The good old cover 3 defense, partner. When you start playing football as a safety, that's the first thing you're taught. Middle of the field, be as deep as the deepest receiver in any zone, and break on the football when it's thrown and pick it off, just as we saw there.
Now after the INT, it's Carr. That's complete to his tight end, Waller. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24.
Team 6. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. 51. 29. 29.
Throwing now is Carr. He's going to rifle one deep. He's got a man complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A gain of 28 yards there and give them a first down. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 47.
3 down. Hey, check. 3 down. Kill. Right here, guys. Fight.
Carr gives to a show. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. A pickup of 10, and it's enough for an Oakland first down.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get them. Showed that he's getting to fresh legs, and he picked up the first down. Just ask for it. Supposed to get the football.
They'll run on first down. Jacobs. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
At the 38-yard line.
Down. 180. Hey. Express.
Motion. Reset.
Hey, 734. Bravo.
Mike 51.
From the gun, Carr. They'll get this one complete to Zay Jones. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run.
Zay Jones. A 28-yard gain.
Carr now 7 of 10 here in this first half, and he's got a 1st and 10. On the draw, Richard. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down, 2nd and right at a yard.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will it be
And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Taking it in from a yard out as his guys are back within a single score. And nothing special there. They show they were going to run the football. They ran it. They got it in.
like old-time football, right? Hey, this is exactly what we're going to do. Straight-ahead power, and they got it done.
So now Carr, he'll lead the Raiders up to go for 2.
Watch the pass. Watch the pass.
Hey, check.
Yo, Chief. This right, Chief.
They'll try to run it with Jacobs. And he got it on the touchdown run, but he won't get in here. He'll be stopped short, and they'll come up empty on the try for 2. A 5-point game now as here comes the kickoff. This fielded at the 2. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him, because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. A reminder coming up at the half, as we've done all year. We'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. Coach will have the lowdown on what's going on here in this wild card weekend as we begin on the road to Super Bowl 53 in Atlanta. Vontaze Burfict, the one to get him down.
Not much happening there on first down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
Now Moore. He'll set up the screen to McCoy. He's got a first down and then some inside the 40. And finally brought down at the 31-yard line. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 31-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, it's McCoy. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. On second down, it's Ware. And some room to maneuver. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Spencer Ware with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned they're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
Carr now 8 of 11 in this first half. He's got it 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. Carr. He's got it at the 15. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. Obviously, they're not where they want to be right now on the scoreboard. Big plays like that, though, that'll trend them in the right direction.
Yeah, a few more like that, they'll be right back in the game. And if they can continue to do that, maybe they'll inspire their defense as well and get a few stops.
Mike 51. Hey, echo. 51 to Mike, boy, 51. Watch the throw.
Into the red zone, it's Carr. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Matthews the intended target, and now it's second down.
It's second down and 10.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Rashard. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
93. Let's get it together, defense. Let's get it together. Hey, 2. 51.
On 3rd down, Carr. And that's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown. Darren Waller in the final seconds of the first half as his guys are back within a single score. These two teams in this first half, it's been fun. Back and forth, back and forth. Well, it's not fun for the defensive coordinators, but offensive coordinators are enjoying it.
Yeah, they're having streaks here, aren't they? Being able to put scores together and really bunch them up, and we have a tight game here. You know, we often talk about having the right shoes for the right turf. Today it's track shoes, because that's what we've seen with these offenses.
Yeah, it's been an absolute track meet so far, and fun to watch. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
So we're at halftime of this AFC Wildcard matchup as we'll head down to Orlando. That's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, both teams try to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the second half of this AFC Wildcard game. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had an ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ballgame.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Now a deep ball going to be caught here near midfield. And all the way down to the 29. A big play there for KC. And even 50 yards. I guess that answers the question of whether or not they're going to try to play conservative and protect this lead in the third quarter.
And I think this is something we're seeing more and more of in the NFL. Teams not playing to protect leads, teams playing to extend them.
Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on second down.
50, play.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up second and 2.
They run again with Ware. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Running on first down with Ware. And they'll get him down right around the 16. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Vision is so important for the man in the middle because his ability to look through all the clutter that's happening in front of him, diagnose a play, and then go make it and finish it, that's when the great ones know that they have the goods.
They'll run it with McCoy. Able to fight for about 4 yards there to the 13.
And that last carry puts him right at 100 yards for the game. So how has he done it? Because he's been patient, followed his blocks, let everything develop, and then burst through for big gains.
Let's go. 18, Gator. Hey, foxtrot, foxtrot. Let's go.
And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. Eluding the pressure right. He can run. Kansas City touchdown. A good, sustained drive there in this third quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And their halftime hole now even deeper. And they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger. But no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing. And try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Carr now 11 of 15 through the air. Here's 1st and 10. From the gun, Carr. He'll find his tight end. That's Waller. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Give him a first down, 15 yards that time for the Raiders. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Here's Jacobs, and they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Emmanuel Ogbah there on the stop. Throwing on second down, Carr. He'll find his running back here, Richard. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 23. Carr now on first down. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. Frank Clark. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18.
93.
Carr with a play fake to Jacobs. And the pressure gets to him again. Chris Jones able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
But nothing takes a start to have a good drive, quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Hey, Haywood!
On 3rd and long, it's Carr. He's going to fire one deep over the middle, and that is incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good, and this score will stay right where it is.
Now, if this was a clear day in September, I'd say this is well within his range. I'd feel very confident about this kick, but let's be honest about it. In these elements, the difficulty level gets ratcheted up by at least a factor of 5.
Boy, nowhere to go at all on that first down run as they will get to him behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
Come on, set, 8, lead. Hey, 6-6, pull it high. Hey, high 7. SOS.
5. More now. From the gun, he'll throw. And going deep for Hill. This is caught. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Tyreek Hill. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And that will make this a 19-point game. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. But let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. 1 quarter remains for the right to survive round 1 here in the AFC. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down.
Hey, exit.
Mike 51, Mike 51.
The Raiders do snap it. It's Carr. And this is incomplete. The Raiders try it on 4th down, but to no avail. And the Chiefs will have the football back in excellent field position. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Right. Pilot, 64, read.
McCoy. And he's got about 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 25. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Off the bootleg. Moore. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Cleveland Farrell. What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
To throw is Moore. Throwing on 3rd and long. It's Hill, complete. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. They do get 18, but even that won't be quite enough. It's 4th down.
Harrison Butker for the Chiefs field goal. A 37-yard attempt.
Butker's kick here is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
This will be taken short.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
What now?
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3, and that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
You're mine.
Hey, alert 3. Hey, Mike 51, Mike 51.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Carr. Darren Waller, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
Trying to run for it with Jacobs. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. 4th down now after a loss of 2. This linebacking core, they've done a good job of keeping that running game in check, haven't they?
They certainly have, and what they'll also do when this game is over is thank the guys up front, the big defensive line, because they've kept them clean, so to speak. Not letting blockers get to them, allowing them to run to the football and keep that running game bottled up.
Hey, switch gears.
They'll go for it. It's Carr. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Juan Thornhill. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line.
60 Pittsburgh.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their 48.
Get it.
On 1st down. Ware. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. That one good for 12 yards into Kansas City first. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Check 61. Matchbox light.
And the play clock is going to run out here. They're in no hurry to get a play off. He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the number.
Left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. 1st and 15 following the delay of game.
Alert 3, alert 3.
And again, this is Ware. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll make this a 2nd and long.
16 at the 42-yard line.
30 base.
Target, 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 target.
And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Tahir Whitehead in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
55, my God, 55.
Go.
And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. Flushed out right. Open man is Hill. He's got it. 20! That one will go down as 33 yards on the 3rd down conversion. Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles, that certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long, and I would say that going along with that has been confidence. Because even if they have the right coverage, they've still dented them, and now it's been a real issue for them during this game.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
X3, 218, let's go.
They'll run now with Ware. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Call it a gain of 3, but not enough to move the sticks. It'll be 3rd and about a foot or 2.
Break.
55, check, 55, Mike. Hey, let's get in them holes.
They'll let the fullback try and pick it up. This is Anthony Sherman. And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. They only got 2, but that was enough as they'll convert to make it 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll take this for a short gain on what will prove to be the final play of this ball game. But Charles, on the losing side of things, you know, they didn't come in here as the favorite to these playoffs, but they came in with a lot of hope and anticipation. Tough to have that all snuffed out so quickly.
It really is. You're one of 12 teams when the playoffs begin that still has a chance to win the Super Bowl. So that's pretty darn good. And as you often talk about, a lot of hope when the playoffs start. Well, that ended for them. But when they look back, they'll have a lot to be proud of and see if they turn the page towards the next season.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. The Chiefs victorious here as we say so long from Arrowhead.